Please read the disclaimer. This is about my experiments with reverse engineering Kodak Reels firmware. And I'm now up to my version 6.5, constantly trying to improve this hardware for my own personal use case. Hope some of it might be of interest. Here is a comparison between stock firmware on Kodak Reels and the latest 6.5 firmware version. On the left, you'll notice that the white balance is drifting all over the place. There's some crazy changes between yellow to blue, but on the right, the white balance is completely fixed, so there's no variation. Everything you're seeing is constant, which makes it easy to correct for if you want to do some things in post. Here you'll notice the highlight flickers on the left because the exposure is constantly going up and down, whereas the right uses a exposure control such that it only tries to protect the highlights and nothing more. But the fact that you see blown highlights on the left is not only because of the auto exposure, it's also because it marks the metadata in the file header incorrectly, such that you don't get the full dynamic range out of your scans. These are just the images dropped straight into Premiere Pro. On the left, you also see many compression artifacts, which is just due to its low bit rate. There are many other changes, such as correctly setting the frame rate for Super 8, which is 18 frames per second rather than 20 frames per second, although in this case both are being presented at 18 frames per second to keep things consistent for this preview. And of course, finally, the big change. The resolution is about 4x higher due to the new lens, allowing you to zoom closer into the Super 8 or 8mm frame.